The air hung thick with an unspoken tension, heavy as the humidity outside, as the family gathered around the low table. It was meant to be a simple meal, a moment of shared sustenance, yet it felt anything but comfortable. The daughter-in-law, her gaze sharp and restless, watched her husband with thinly veiled disapproval. Sitting at the same table to eat, that's fine, she muttered, the words barely audible but loaded with a hidden meaning. But if your wife and children aren't comfortable, then go sit and eat on the other side. You just sit here and eat. I'll see if it's truly acceptable for you to do this. Her mother-in-law, a woman weathered by years of hard labor and quiet resilience, sensing the simmering conflict, urged her. Mom, just eat. The daughter-in-law's attention, however, was not on the food. Her eyes, narrowed slightly, followed her husband's every move. If there's any profit, I'll only give you a little, she continued, her voice laced with a strange mixture of cynicism and cunning. This woman is easy to fool, she keeps trying to seduce you. Her words hinted at a deeper, more insidious agenda, a cold calculation unfolding beneath the surface of domestic life. The Noi, as she referred to her clandestine network, was indeed hatching a new plan, one that revolved around manipulation and exploiting vulnerability, right within the supposed sanctuary of home. A different scene unfolded far from the stifling atmosphere of that meal. The mother-in-law, her heart heavy with concern, watched her son-in-law hang. He was a good man, hard-working, but stubborn. He had chosen to live apart, next to his wife's family home, in a stark, makeshift shelter. The sight of him, spreading a worn tarp over a skeletal frame, not even a proper fence erected, before heading out early to work, tore at her. My child, she murmured softly, a lament for his plight. His departure at dawn, before the sun had fully chased away the morning mists, underscored his struggle. He hadn't even begun to secure his living space, a stark testament to the immediacy of his work. Can't you see it? I feel so sorry, she confided to her unseen thoughts, her gaze lingering on the lonely, half-built structure. You're already going to work early in the morning. She knew the demands of daily labor, the relentless grind that called for an early start. Yet, as she went about her own tasks, her mind drifted, her eyes drawn back to the sparse dwelling. While I'm working, I turned around and saw where my son-in-law is living, so I feel sorry. Her pity was a quiet, constant companion, a reflection of a mother's enduring love and the cultural expectation of family solidarity. Her thoughts turned to practical matters, to the task of building a small fence, a symbol of domesticity and security. She instructed her son, patiently demonstrating the art of selecting and preparing bamboo. Take the tree home and measure it, my son. Measure the width first, then measure the height. The bamboo, fresh from the forest, carried the scent of the earth. She pointed to a section. Use only this part, my son. Cut up to this part to get the eyes. Her hands, gnarled from years of work, moved with a practiced grace, demonstrating precision. I'm afraid this part shouldn't be done. It's not good if it's too curved. There was a traditional wisdom in her words, an understanding of materials passed down through generations. Give me the tree so I can put it in. The work was meticulous, requiring patience and a keen eye. The initial weaving began, a rhythmic process of interlocking bamboo strips. Is it okay, my son? It's okay. The simple affirmation carried the weight of shared effort and familial bond. We'll bring it to the other side, so we can weave it. This place is too narrow. Built like this, just knit, baby. The term knit for weaving highlighted the intricate, almost delicate nature of the craft, transforming raw bamboo into a protective barrier. Later, she requested 2 more small pieces, dear. 1 big piece is not enough. The small additions underscored the careful planning and resourcefulness required to build something sturdy and functional from natural materials. Finally, a sense of satisfaction settled over them. That's just right. The fence, a modest but significant achievement, now stood ready. As the bamboo fence took shape, an immediate practicality arose. "Is this okay, honey?" the daughter-in-law asked, her tone shifting to a more domestic register as she considered their home. "When we cook inside and I feel stuffy, I can prop this up to make it airy, honey." "Cool." Her husband nodded. "Yes, honey." The fence provided a new sense of enclosure, but also the need for ventilation in their modest dwelling. With the weaving complete, her gaze swept over their small plot of land. "Now we've finished weaving that bamboo fence. I think we should clear this place a bit and then clean it up to remove this piece and grow vegetables here. Otherwise, this little place won't be enough to eat." This pragmatic approach to land use was common in rural communities, where every patch of earth was precious, a potential source of sustenance. The idea of growing their own vegetables reflected a deeper cultural emphasis on self-sufficiency and reliance on the land. Yet, despite this shared progress, the daughter-in-law's underlying anxieties persisted. "We have to rely on a lot, Mom," she sighed, a weariness in her voice. "I'm done. I should tell Hang, but Hang refuses to come back. She's hoarse from talking, so he won't come back. Now he's even building a house right next to Nhat's house." A fresh wave of frustration washed over her as she spoke of her husband's stubbornness. The mention of Nhat's house implied a rival, a source of conflict, deepening the personal stakes. "Really?" the mother-in-law asked, her brow furrowing with concern. The news confirmed her fears. "He's working there and won't come back. I'm done." The daughter-in-law's sense of defeat was palpable, an echo of the deeper rift between husband and wife. The mother-in-law, ever the mediator, sought to soothe her daughter-in-law's distress. "Now, Mom, think of a way to tell Hang to come back to you, because right now I don't know what to do." She knew the importance of family unity, especially in a community where collective strength was paramount. "Okay, honey. Just stay here slowly so I can advise you." Her wisdom stemmed from a lifetime of navigating family dynamics. "He's there, but he can only stay for a while. If I don't come back, it will get bored after a while, and it will come back. Don't worry." She tried to instill patience, a belief in the eventual return of her son. The daughter-in-law, however, remained plagued by insecurity. "Mom, I think Hang probably doesn't like me." The fear of rejection, a raw and potent emotion, often fuels such conflicts. "He still does. He probably still does," the mother-in-law insisted, her voice firm with reassurance. "But why did I go up and tell him he doesn't want to come back?" the daughter-in-law pressed, her confusion evident. "He does, but I have to tell him to come back slowly. Don't think too much," the mother-in-law advised, urging a more subtle approach. Yet, the daughter-in-law's deepest fear, her vulnerability, surfaced. "But Mom, are you sure you want me to be your daughter-in-law?" The question hung in the air, a plea for acceptance. The mother-in-law's response was immediate and heartfelt, reflecting the deep emotional bonds that often transcend immediate conflicts. "Mom, I'm sure. Mom, I'm sure. Only if I become your daughter-in-law will you like me. You like me very much. Mom doesn't like anyone else." This affirmation of belonging, a fundamental human need, was meant to anchor the daughter-in-law in the family fold. "Yes. Yes. I like you very much too. You're the only one who suits me best." The words were a balm, an attempt to heal the fractured sense of self-worth. "Yes, I like you very much," the mother-in-law reiterated, trying to dispel all doubts. "Now you don't have to think about anything anymore." "Yes. I know. Yes. I will stay here with you and wait for Hang to come back to you. That's right. You just have to stay with me. As for your son, we'll keep persuading him to come back. He probably won't leave you. Right now he's angry, so he's doing that." The mother's words painted a picture of temporary anger, a passing storm rather than a permanent separation. She tried to frame Hang's actions as a fleeting fit of pique, driven by emotions rather than a fundamental rejection of his wife or family. In traditional Vietnamese culture, the bond between a man and his mother is sacred, and her conviction that he wouldn't truly abandon them stemmed from this deep-seated belief. Her role as the matriarch involved not only managing the household but also preserving its emotional integrity, mediating disputes, and fostering harmony. She understood the intricacies of her son's temperament and her daughter-in-law's anxieties, weaving her counsel with patience and unwavering support. The mother-in-law recounted Hang's current living conditions with a profound sense of sorrow. "My son probably has no place to stay there. He'll probably come back in 2 or 3 days. Yes. Don't worry. When you go in there, you'll see that there's only old forest, so where should you stay?" Her description evoked a desolate, unwelcoming environment, a stark contrast to the warmth of a family home. Hang's brother just stretched a tarp next to his wife's house. "I feel sorry for him, but when I told him to come back, he didn't." The image of a tarp, flimsy and exposed, highlighted the vulnerability and discomfort of his chosen exile. "So, don't we live together?" the daughter-in-law questioned, perhaps seeking confirmation of Hang's true intentions. "No." He stretched a tarp next to it. "With just a tarp like this, how can he live in the rain or the sun?" The mother-in-law's voice carried a mixture of frustration and exasperation. "I don't know. My son is really stupid. Why do I have to stretch a tarp to live there? I told him to come back, but he refused to come back, he just chased me away." Her words reflected the pain of a parent whose child defies their well-intentioned advice, choosing a path of hardship over comfort. "I don't know what to think anymore, but with just a tarp like that, he probably won't stay long. One day he'll come back. He can't stay like this." There was a stubborn hope in her voice, a mother's conviction that hardship would eventually lead her son back to the family fold. "Oh well, let him stay for a while. If he's miserable, he'll come back." "Yes. He can't stay like that for long." She held onto the belief that suffering would serve as a teacher, guiding him home. "I also hope he comes back soon. It's very miserable there." Just a canvas to protect from the sun and rain. The son is suffering there, but he still has to work. "I hope he will come back after a few days and know it's hard." The narrative emphasized the grueling reality of Hang's self-imposed exile, the physical discomfort he endured while still having to labor. The mother's hope was not just for his return, but for his realization of the value of home and family. Maybe after a few days he will know it's hard and come back. "Okay, I'll sit here, Mom will go get a drink." "Okay." The daughter-in-law watched her mother-in-law depart, her eyes hardening once more, the mask of vulnerability slipping away. Her inner monologue revealed a chilling transformation. "Now it's certain that Hang doesn't like me and won't come back to me anymore." The fear she expressed earlier was now presented as a certainty, a justification for her impending actions. "Now I have also thought of a way with that guy to trick this old lady into taking this house." The true nature of the Noi plan was laid bare, a calculated scheme to dispossess the elderly woman of her home. The house, a symbol of family legacy and stability, had become a target. "I'm just afraid she won't fall for it." A flicker of doubt, quickly overshadowed by her ruthless determination. "But with the way I discussed with that guy, it's definitely okay. This lady is very greedy for money. It's definitely easy to fall for it." Her assessment of her mother-in-law's character, reduced to mere greed for money, dehumanized her victim, making the act of deception easier. She checked the time, her impatience growing. Why is that guy taking so long? I've already sent him the location here. Why hasn't he come for so long? The urgency in her thoughts underscored the precariousness of her scheme. Delays could unravel everything. No, this old lady will act up and want to go in with her son soon. I can't do anything. Her fear was not of being caught, but of losing the opportunity, highlighting her singular focus on the illicit gain. Meanwhile, the mother-in-law, unaware of the treacherous currents swirling beneath her roof, sought to bring order to her surroundings. It's been a long time since I've cleaned this place. It's so dirty, I'll have to clean it a little bit. It's been a long time since I've cleaned it, it's really dirty. Her actions were simple, domestic, a reflection of a life dedicated to maintaining her home and family. The dirt, perhaps a metaphor for the unspoken discord, needed to be scrubbed away. Her thoughts, however, returned to her wayward son. Now I don't know how to get my son to come back. My son is really stupid. It's so miserable there, but he still goes. Her frustration was laced with the mother's deep-seated affection and concern. In a big house like this, he doesn't know how to come home. This child is still well behaved, but he keeps running in and following that other child. He lost to him, I don't know what to do. Her anguish was profound, the cultural expectation of a son remaining loyal to his family clashing with Hang's defiance. The other child likely referred to his wife, who she perceived as leading him astray. The other child is gentle, but he doesn't know how to come home. He just runs in there and stays. He lost. There's no way, what can I do? Her words expressed a feeling of powerlessness, a mother's struggle to reconcile her son's choices with her hopes for his well-being. As the mother-in-law cleaned, the daughter-in-law remained outside, her anxiety a palpable presence. "What are you looking at?" the mother-in-law inquired, noticing her unusual vigilance. "No, I'm waiting for my friend." The reply was quick, rehearsed. "My friend? I made an appointment with my friend, my business friend." The new term, business friend, immediately piqued the mother-in-law's curiosity. In a close-knit rural community, such formal relationships were not common knowledge, especially for her daughter-in-law. "Really?" "Yes." "He made an appointment here." "Yes." The daughter-in-law's answers were clipped, almost defensive. "So I never heard you say you had a business friend before. You're new to this too." The mother-in-law's observation was astute, reflecting her intuitive understanding of her daughter-in-law's typical social circles. "So today your friend made an appointment with me to discuss some work. It's fine, so I just made an appointment with you for a bit." "Really? I've never heard you say that." "Just recently." The daughter-in-law's vague explanation attempted to normalize the sudden appearance of this new friend, while the mother-in-law's repetition of "really?" betrayed a lingering skepticism, a subtle unease at this unexpected development. A moment later, a sleek, modern car pulled up, an anomaly in their rural setting. A well-dressed man emerged, his demeanor exuding an air of confidence and prosperity, a stark contrast to the rustic surroundings. "This is the right location." "Hello, friend," the daughter-in-law greeted him, her voice suddenly effusive. "Hello, uncle," the man responded, offering a respectful nod to the mother-in-law. "Are you here?" "Yes. I just got home, friend. Sit down." The daughter-in-law gestured towards their humble dwelling. "Is this your house?" the friend inquired, his eyes scanning the simple structure, perhaps assessing its value, its potential. "No, it's my mother-in-law's house." "Yes." The daughter-in-law's quick clarification served to establish ownership, a crucial detail for her unfolding scheme. The conversation then shifted, the friend launching into a carefully crafted narrative designed to impress and entice. "This time, the investment capital is too small. If I can turn around a lot of capital to invest a lot, I will have a big win." Really? His words painted a picture of grand opportunities, of wealth just beyond reach. The daughter-in-law, playing her part, responded with faint regret. Because I also have little capital, so I don't have much. So how much profit did I make this time? My friend. The scammer's voice was filled with an almost theatrical excitement, drawing in his unwitting audience. This profit is very good. Up until now, I have never invested as much as this. It's really good. His carefully chosen words amplified the perceived success, designed to ignite covetousness. Is it that much? Hearing you say that, I feel very happy. The daughter-in-law's feigned delight was convincing, her role in the deception seamlessly executed. It's a lot. I invested a little and took home dozens. I'm very happy. He spoke of dozens, a vague but impressive sum, allowing the mother-in-law to imagine figures beyond her current reality. Is that great? Here, my friend. This is the amount of money I invested. He pulled out a wad of cash, fanning it slightly, a visual testament to his purported success. The crisp banknotes, a rarity in the mother-in-law's world, glimmered under the rural light, a powerful visual lure. This is the money I divided for you, and I invested all of it, my friend. I got this much, my friend. That's a lot. Yes. His act of dividing profits further reinforced the illusion of a legitimate, lucrative venture. I invested 20 million and got 60 million in profit. It's a lot. Isn't it great? I invested little but got 2 or 3 times more profit, right? The concrete figures, 20 million yielding 60 million, were precise enough to seem credible, yet astounding enough to be irresistible. This type of high-yield, short-term investment scheme often preys on individuals in developing economies, where traditional savings yield low returns and the aspiration for quick wealth is strong. The promise of multiplying one's capital 2- or 3-fold in a short period is a potent psychological trigger, especially for those with limited financial literacy or access to secure investment opportunities. The daughter-in-law, observing her mother-in-law's widening eyes, knew the bait had been taken. I invested so little, what a pity, my friend. I knew that, but at that time I didn't have much money. I invested so little. It was just a little. Who would have thought it would be so much? 20 million but got 60 million in profit. That's right, my friend. The rehearsed regret from the daughter-in-law solidified the narrative of a missed opportunity, making the mother-in-law even more eager. What did I do to get so much? I really like it. So what did I invest in to get so much money? Her questions were a natural progression, a testament to her growing intrigue. I invested online, but if I told you, you wouldn't understand. Really? Yes. I only did it online. The use of online added a layer of modern mystique, implying a complex, inaccessible world known only to a select few, further cementing the scammer's image as an insider. Having successfully laid the groundwork, the scammer moved to the next phase. After this business, I have a better business, my friend. But this time I need more capital. Will you do it again? Yes. The daughter-in-law eagerly played along, her feigned excitement palpable. If there was an investment part, I would still do it. This time I got such a big amount. I assure you that this time I will get even more. Must be double. Really? That's right. Yes. The promise of an even larger return, double, was a potent hook, building on the initial success. This time I will definitely invest. But you said I need a lot of capital. How much capital do you need? My friend. I'm planning to invest 200 to 300 million this time. The profit this time will be nearly $1 billion. The figures escalated dramatically, creating a sense of immense, almost unbelievable, opportunity. So, if you invest 200 to 300 million, will you get $1 billion? Yes, maybe even more than $1 billion, Mom. The scammer directly addressed the mother-in-law, drawing her into the fantasy. The mention of $1 billion was a colossal sum in their local context, a life-changing amount that could instantly lift them out of their daily struggles. It spoke to a deep-seated desire for economic advancement, a common aspiration in societies undergoing rapid development but still grappling with wealth disparities. "Will it take long?" the mother-in-law asked, her voice betraying a hint of trepidation, a natural caution before such a grand promise. "This is just a short-term investment, bro. 4 to 5 days, bro." "Only 5 days?" "Yes." The short time frame was crucial, reducing the perceived risk and fueling the allure of quick riches. It preyed on the desire for immediate gratification, a common weakness exploited by fraudulent schemes. "Never seen it before." The mother-in-law's bewildered comment reflected the novelty and unprecedented nature of such an offer. "But my friend, they don't need capital for this investment. I heard this investment is closed tomorrow afternoon." "Closed tomorrow afternoon?" "That's right, my friend." "That's a bit urgent, my friend." "That's right, my friend. This time they are working urgently, they will close tomorrow afternoon." The sudden urgency, the impending deadline, was a classic tactic of high-pressure sales and scams. It created a false sense of scarcity and forced a quick decision, circumventing rational thought. The fear of missing out, FOMO, became a powerful motivator, overriding any lingering doubts. The mother-in-law's initial excitement began to wane as the practical implications of the scheme became clear. "So you say closing tomorrow afternoon is a bit urgent. Now, where can I find 200 to 300 million to invest? Now, I only get this much profit from my investment. How can I turn it around in time?" Her questions revealed the immediate obstacle, the sheer impossibility of raising such a sum on such short notice. The scammer, however, was prepared. "This time is a good opportunity. I will come back this time to earn a few billion, my friend. After this time, there won't be a good opportunity like that, my friend." He reiterated the urgency, emphasizing the uniqueness of the opportunity, making it seem even more precious. "So what do you do to have so much money?" the mother-in-law asked, her curiosity still piqued despite the financial hurdle. "We're talking about this, you probably don't know. Only young people like us know this. Your children don't know." The scammer subtly created a generational divide, implying that this new, lucrative world was beyond the understanding of older generations, making them more reliant on experts. "It's too urgent, right? Where can I get capital?" the daughter-in-law chimed in, feigning exasperation, then turned to her mother. "Oh, Mom, do you have any?" The question, seemingly innocent, was the true objective of the entire charade. "Money? Yes, I don't have any money right now. I don't have any money right now." The mother-in-law's reply was honest, reflecting her modest financial situation. The daughter-in-law, anticipating this response, immediately switched tactics, leveraging the mother-in-law's desire to help. "If I did, I would help you a little bit to invest in that together. When we're done, if we make a profit, we'll split it. I know. If I had money, I would contribute it with you. That would be great." Her words painted a picture of shared prosperity, a family venture that would benefit everyone. This appeal to family solidarity and shared gain was particularly potent in a culture that highly values communal support. "But right now, I don't have any money. If I had money, I would do it too. Spending a few tens of millions and making a profit of hundreds of millions, I would be very happy." Her feigned regret underscored the magnitude of the missed opportunity, playing on the mother-in-law's potential feelings of guilt for not being able to contribute. The scammer then provided a convoluted explanation of the investment type, designed to sound sophisticated yet vague enough to be unquestionable. "This is digital investment, sir. I invest the principal, Then they take my money to learn to do other things and then pay me the interest. It's called profitable investment, sir. They also take my money to invest, then the money makes a profit, then they learn to share it with me. The terminology, a jumble of financial jargon and simplistic promises, was a smokescreen for the Ponzi scheme it likely represented, where early investors are paid with money from later investors. The allure of digital investment in an increasingly connected world also played on a sense of modern advancement and a perceived pathway to wealth through new technologies. The mother-in-law, despite the technical jargon, was captivated by the promise of easy money. But this investment requires a large amount of capital to be able to invest, sir. How happy is that? Seeing my children and grandchildren do this is really happy. Mom also likes it. Her maternal pride swelled, entwined with the prospect of financial betterment for her family. Anyone who has money to invest in this will get a commission. This is very easy to do. This way of making money is very easy. If I have money, I will invest in my children to do it, then I will accept. Just thinking about it makes me happy. The ease of the purported wealth creation was the most seductive element. It promised escape from the arduous, often meager returns of traditional labor, a dream of financial freedom for her descendants. The thought of contributing to her children's success, a deeply ingrained cultural value, further fueled her growing enthusiasm. The scam targeted not just her desire for money, but her love and aspirations for her family. As the meeting concluded, the scammer made a strategic move. Today is so fun, I also take money up for you, that's all. I'm going home to raise more capital so I can invest in this. You go home. I'll call you tomorrow. I'm going home. You go home. Yes. He departed, leaving a small sum with the daughter-in-law, a tangible token of profit to solidify the illusion. The mother-in-law's eyes sparkled. Investing just a little bit and getting so much money. Do you like it, Mom? I really like it. Mom also likes it. Nowadays, making money is so easy. Her voice was filled with childlike wonder, the harsh realities of her life momentarily forgotten. It's so easy, Mom. I invested 20 million and got 60 million. Easy. Now I have money sitting at home. Here, so happy. The daughter-in-law, observing her mother-in-law's unreserved joy, knew her plan was progressing beautifully. If Mom had money, Mom would invest too. Now with a lump sum like this, I would have money to buy new clothes. I like it so much. Mom, I like it so much. Okay, I'll give you some. Here, take it and use it. The daughter-in-law extended a portion of the winnings to her mother-in-law, a calculated gesture of generosity. Are you really giving it to me? Yes. I don't do anything with this much. Why give me so much? If I invest and make a profit, I'll share a little with you. If I can give you this much, I'll be so happy. Yes. The mother-in-law's disbelief quickly turned to overwhelming gratitude. The daughter-in-law's feigned generosity was a powerful psychological tool, reinforcing trust and creating a sense of obligation. Before, if I didn't know this, I wouldn't have money. Now that I know this, I'll be a billionaire soon. Yes. The mother-in-law's aspirations soared, fueled by the intoxicating promise of rapid wealth. The term billionaire was not merely a financial status but a symbol of dignity, security, and the ability to provide for her loved ones, a deeply cherished dream in her socio-economic context. In the future, if I invest with that friend, I'll get a lot more. Knowing how to do business like this is great. If my son knows and comes back to marry me, I'll be so happy now. Yes. Her thoughts pivoted from personal wealth to family harmony, intertwining financial success with the return of her estranged son, seeing it as a means to mend the fractured family unit. Okay, later, if my son knows that I'm doing business this well, I'll probably come back. That's so happy. I gave you this much money. Investing that much and getting this much. The daughter-in-law subtly reinforced the idea that her success might be the catalyst for Hang's return. She continued to press the advantage, fueling the mother-in-law's desire for the next big score. But this time my friend said he invested 200 to 300 million and didn't know where to get the capital. If he had, he would have invested in it, probably a few billion. I gave you that much, 5 million. It's not much, that's still a little. I'm so happy. If I had money to invest this time, I would have given you even more. I'm so good at knowing that. I know how to share money with you too. The daughter-in-law dangled the tantalizing prospect of even greater returns, reinforcing the narrative of a lost opportunity due to insufficient capital. Her generosity of 5 million, presented as a mere fraction of what she would give, was designed to make the mother-in-law feel indebted and eager to secure the larger sums. I really like it. It smells so good. Mom, do you like money? Who doesn't like money? Then go somewhere and borrow some money to invest with me. Yeah. I don't have any now. If I borrow, it's probably not possible, my child. The daughter-in-law's direct appeal to borrow money was the crux of the scheme. The mother-in-law's initial hesitation was natural, reflecting the cultural aversion to debt, especially for speculative ventures. Now, if we can invest in this investment, we will make a lot of profit. The daughter-in-law's words painted a picture of assured success, minimizing the risks involved. If you want to invest with me, then you should borrow some. Borrow some money and share it with me. The pressure was mounting, a direct challenge to the mother-in-law's cautious nature. The daughter-in-law knew that overcoming this reluctance was key to her plan. Let me think about it. Okay. If you want, then you can contribute capital with me. The mother-in-law's pause indicated a struggle between her ingrained prudence and the powerful allure of immense wealth. The daughter-in-law immediately offered a celebratory distraction. Now I'll take some money to buy food to celebrate. Invite you to celebrate with me? Yes. Then I'll go. The promise of a celebratory meal served to